Hi all, good morning. Am I audible? Dr.V.Mohanasundaram?
Yes, sir. It's audible, sir.
Okay. Please let me know when we can start.
Sir, please wait for 2 minutes, sir. We will start the session, sir.
Sure.
The expert in everything was once a beginner. A heartful welcome to all the guest speakers and the participants present here. We are sure you will enjoy the proceedings and we will appreciate your valuable involvement in making this international conference on navigating metaverse in shaping the future of business. VIIMS is not just a place of learning, but also a community of diverse individuals who share a common passion for knowledge, growth, and innovation. Now, let's have a virtual presentation about VIIMS.
Vivekananda Institute of Information and Management Studies. Exclusive B School for Women, MBA and MCA, a part of Vivekananda Educational Institution. Established in the year 2002, we offers full-time MBA and MCA program approved by ICTE and EW Delhi, credited by NOC, and affiliated to Anna University. Greeny environmental campus around our institution. ICT-enabled classrooms, has its own cultural festivals and spaces for indoor and outdoor games. Active Learning Program Services, provides a free transport service for day scholar students. Fine Arts Club, to bring the latent talent of the students to limelights. Sharpening your knowledge with fully stocked library. Live your dreams with MNC placements. International conferences, seminars and weekly webinars. iLearning engines, to increase the potential to improve the future learning. Comfy hostel feels like home, well-equipped lab facilities with 120 high-end systems. Consistent ANA University hold medalists and rank holders. So, if you're looking for a college that will prepare you for the exciting and ever-evolving world of information and management studies, look no further. Come join us at Vivekananda Institute.
I would like to call upon Priyanka N, our first MBA, to give an introductory speech of our last speaker of the day, Dr. Anand Mahalingam sir.
Very warm welcome all of you gathered here today. It gives me immense pleasure and honor to introduce our chief guest, Dr. Anand Mahalingam, PhD, Vice President, Data Science and Digital Insurance, and his qualifications are BE and PhD. Having 23 plus years of industry experience in the information technology and data science domain, highly skilled in digital transformation, make use of digital technology, artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, NLP, and data analytics to radically improve business process, operational efficiency, and customer experience. Developed and implemented several artificial intelligence products for the fintech, telecom, and healthcare industries. Currently working as Vice President and heading data science team in digital insurance. Worked in companies like HDFC Life, Bharat Sanchar Niham Limited BSNL, TeleDNA, Hinduja Global Solutions, British Telecom, Your Team and My Healthcare Technologies. Strong process knowledge, Six Sigma, Lean, Design Thinking and modern project management methodologies Agile, Scrum and AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner, DevOps, PMI Certified Project Management Professional. Effectively worked in matrix multicultural environments across North America, Europe, the Middle East and APSC regions. Participated and published research papers in various national and international journals and reviewed IEEE journals. Delivered keynote talks, presentations in leading AI industry forums, led panel discussions and conducted workshops for academics and industry professionals. We are privileged to have you here for our international conference, sir.
Sir, welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I would like to call upon Anand Mahalingam, sir, first speaker of the day.
Sir, your voice is not audible, sir.
Am I audible now? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool.
Sir, your voice is audible, sir.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Yeah, respected Professor Dr. M. Karnanidhi, Chairman, Vivekananda Institute of Information and Management Studies, Dr. Mohanasundaram, and senior faculty members, and my fellow speakers today, Dr. Janita, Nagesh Narayan, Dr. Santosh Kumar, and other faculty members and students. Good morning, all. Thank you so much for joining. It's my pleasure to join this international conference on navigating metaverse in shaping the future of business. And it's a wonderful topic, really, because the kind of technology what we are talking about is it's a much hyped across the globe. Yeah, before getting into the subject, let me, we had a good introduction. Thanks for that kind introduction about me. So myself, Anand Mahalingam, I work for Digit Insurance as a vice president and lead the data science team. And data science comprising of artificial intelligence, natural language processing, computer vision, machine learning technologies. However, I wanted to put a disclaimer, informs the audience that the speaker views are their own and not those of their employees, companies, or the organization. So it's my own individual capacity. I'm sharing this information. So this would be the agenda today. We'll talk about, I'm sure like yesterday you had a wonderful 4 speakers, professors, definitely would have covered much about what is metaverse, what is the technology component, and how it can help in various topics. But however, to get it into the context, I think we should know the basics of it and what is metaverse, and a bit of a brief history, and then what is the AR, VR people are talking about, and then different use cases, and then how it can be used in sales and support. And also for we can have a Q&A session if time permits. All right. Before that, I just wanted to understand about the audience. So we have around 290 students joined. I understand that they are from the MBA and MCA background. And I thought of introducing some feedback mechanism in the conference so that it can be interactive, because it's completely happening in the virtual environment. So it's very less chance to see you all. And again, looking at all the faces on 290 also very difficult. So let us understand. I wanted to see that uh, I know that both the teams are available. I just want to know how many MBA people are there and how many MCAs people are there joining the conference. So I request all of you to give a reaction. Now I'll ask for an MCA group to share some reaction, saying that so that we'll understand what is the strength of MCA, and then we'll go to MBA. Over to MCA will take some 10 seconds. Are we able to reactions are allowed in Zoom call? Can we give some reactions?
Sure, sir, we will replace, sir.
Yeah, are able to see this now? So okay. From the students, one MCA group, 1, 2, not many. Do we have any collective place where we can see how many of the reactions we got? Okay, cool. Can we know from MBA? I'm not able to see in the screen, or Subhashini voted for both group, I think. Okay. Okay. Yeah, or I think we can put it on a chat. Yeah. Yes, I'm seeing now many thumbs up are coming up from the MBA group. Thank you so much for that. Maybe we can get into the details now. And let me share the screen. I think you need to allow me to share the screen. Coordinators, please, can you please allow me to share the screen?
Sir, you can share your screen, sir. Already our co-host.
But it says no. Maybe last time it was shared, now. Post disabled participant screen sharing, it says.
So, few minutes, sir. We are working on it.
Please, yeah. Because I logged out and logged in.
Sir, you can press in now, sir.
Yeah. I get it. So that is the kind of agenda we have for today. Let us get into the subject. I just wanted to touch upon when this metaverse as a word kind first, and then people are talking about now virtual reality in the 1950s onwards, and then people tried out some experiments, and then they wanted to see that how I can create a parallel world equal to the earth, like where people can interact freely, and then kind of an entertainment business for various reasons. And then the word metaverse, it started maybe I can say 1982, maybe the movie Tron, which talked about how a human and digital can interact together and to make some transactions and all. And then exactly in 1984, William Gibson novel, the novel called Neuromancer, which referred about a virtual reality. What is that virtual reality? Is given us some definition. It's not a technical by say, but during the time people imagine about saying, what is how the virtual reality look like. And then in the year 1992, if you look at, there is an author called Neil Stephenson, his book on novel on Snow Crash, which which coined the word metaverse. From there, people talk about metaverse and what is that? They started, I think all the inventions we are talking about, let us say it's an electricity, internet or something, if you look at some 2-3 decades before when it got introduced, it would have been really a kind of a dream, right? People would have not thought about saying that no, something is possible. Somebody sitting in India can just call someone at US, which is 3,000, 5,000 kilometers away. And that's where the telephone we got, and then we got internet, and now world has become a kind of small village, right? So all these technologies, how it got evolved during the evolution, it will look very flamey, and people think that no, this is impossible. These are like kind of a science fiction novels and whatever it is. The same science fiction concept, like people, when Neil Stephenson would have wrote the novel at 1992, definitely it would have been a metaverse. It is kind of a science fiction concept. That's where the metaverse has started. But if you look at now in the last 3-4 years, it has come to a mainstream, and then we are conducting an international conference in our college, and then we are talking about that particular technology. So that way, the origin of metaverse, I can say that now in 1992 it started with their concept, Snow Crash novel. So what is metaverse? I just read out. It's an immersed 3D virtual world. It's not an 3D, so that like we can people understand, like it's a kind of multidimensional, and then it can be accessed through only VR or AR headsets.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you,
So,
sir. 3 o'clock.
yeah, and we can say the characteristics of it. It is a persistent and interconnected, allowing continuous experiences. It's not like just it's like kind of one time something. It is in a kind of a continuous experiences, and it can combine social interaction. It can help building social interaction between people from various geographies. Definitely a gaming industry, entertainment industry is going to gain a big way through metaverse. And then when we do all these things, definitely it will create an economic activity. In this end, even if it is in a games, even if it is for anything on the business side of it, definitely there is a business impact. Whenever any new technologies comes in, definitely it will positively or negatively contribute to the economy. That way, definitely metaverse is going to do that. So what is the core technologies of metaverse? So if somebody asks, oh, what is that metaverse? We can say that no, these things, like these 3 things, combined together, we can call it as a metaverse. It starts with a virtual reality. It is a basic, it creates a fully immersive experience. We'll go detail about what is VR and what is AR. Augmented reality, it's an overlays digital elements onto the real world. And then mixed realities, it's a blur the line between physical and virtual world. It is not completely VR or it's not completely AR, but it's in a mixed reality. So that is the 3 things we can combined together, we can say it is in a metaverse. First of all, let us understand what is virtual reality. So I'm sure many of you would have played a game in a VR environment where we'll put a VR headset and then we'll get into that world, virtual world, where nothing else will be seen. For example, here it is in a kind of a fort where it's a kind of game called Fruit Ninja, where we'll be given a two knife because we have a handset given. We have a viewer and then handset. The kind of hand movement what we are doing, the fruits will be appearing before us, and then we can cut the fruits. It's a kind of a simple game, the kind of precision how we are applying accordingly, the fruit will get cut, and then so here it creates a simulated environment and make user feel like they exist in that environment. So virtual reality, we feel like we are there. It's not like it will be disconnected from where we are, and then we get into that particular space. Here initially it will be only through vision, but later people started attaching more sensory things. Now vision and sound is anyway there, and then vibration, touch and feeling, and then creating a kind of putting a fragrance. So people tried out multiple things, saying that how I can create an environment where people will feel they are completely in a virtual world. So that is what the VR has started first. And if we look at augmented reality, I'm not sure how many of you would have seen this. This is just an example. Many people have tried, and this is a typical example. Everybody checks that, IKEA is a furniture store. They have created a small app. Nowadays, it is very easy. Every mobile app, you can have this kind of things available, where it takes scans the environment, and for example, a buyer who is interested in to buy a particular furniture, he wanted to see that how that particular furniture fits into my living area. So we are opening up an AR app. For example, here it's an iPhone. We just scan the area so that all the video is coming in, and then we select the product, and then we try to keep the product, and then see that here the product is at the shop. Just we are trying to bring that product and then see that now how it is. So this is the kind of an example for augmented reality. So same thing here, much clear way, saying that this is my living room, and I wanted to see what kind of furnitures in the store I'm browsing. If I try to put it there, how does it look like? So sitting at the convenience of at home, we can try seeing that now. Otherwise, do you imagine putting 10 different furnitures, keeping inside the house, and see that now how the color matches with the house, how is the space requirements, what is the size it's taking, everything. So we can easily check all those things, right? So that's what it is. The app overlays virtual versions of the products. Here the furniture is in a virtual version onto the real live image of the customer's living space. So the background living room is in a real, whereas the product is virtual. So the augmented reality always try to overlay the virtual versions into the real life. So that's where we call it as an augmented reality. And this is another typical example. Look at some of the medical students. We try to look at how would the two layers below the human body, how does it look like? The bone. So they try to, by wearing that AR headset, we were able to see that now we can I'm not sure, suddenly it got muted. Now I am muted. Yeah. So here the digital layer is superimposed on the real physical world and it mixed real world with the virtual world to enhance the user experience. The same way how we have seen the furniture, it is The digital layer, what we call here, for example, the medical syllabus, whatever it is superimposed on the real physical world. We sit in a kind of a canteen and we try to see that, what is that the particular body parts look like, and then we can learn about it. What is that, how it causes diseases and all those things. This is the one just example in the medical field. You can think of all the industries, whatever industries we are thinking about, like it can be in a banking, it can be in a car sales, or it can be in a e-commerce, retail, just a product. Just imagine, like, what kind of innovations we can bring in by doing this kind of augmented reality. So we are trying to add the real world. I'm entering into the shop. I look at a particular product. I wanted to see what is that inside, how does it look like? So I open up my app and then try to see that, scan that particular product, and then automatically it will tell saying that, how the biscuits are organized inside that particular package. How is that internal? For example, let us say we are visiting in a car dealer, and then he tried to show the salespersons there, try to explain saying that, no, this is the mileage, this is a width and height of the car, and this is a power and everything. But he says that, there is a unique feature in this engine which gives you the turbo power. With the similar less fuel, you are able to go for a longer drive, and then it gives you higher mileage. That is that improvement we have done in the engine. That's why this is costlier than the normal model. This is the premium model, which is costly an additional 3 lakhs rupees. So when person is explaining, saying there is a turbo model, what is the typical idea? People always wanted to see that, no, how do you say that? Like, what is the difference? How does it is going to? People will not believe it until we see that, right? So assuming that, like, the salesperson or the particular showroom is interested to show the customer, saying that, no, how is the new engine is better in terms of design, in terms of what is the technology which makes the car to give a more mileage. They have to bring that engine, right? You might have seen in the driving school and everywhere, right? They try to keep one engine in a cross-sectional cut, they will keep, and then they will take a very old engine and then try to show that. Here I'm talking about, let us say, something about a BMW, which is costing around 40 lakhs or 50 lakhs. And then I wanted to show the difference between the old version of the engine and the new engine. And then in case if I need to bring that particular engine to the showroom, that will cost me additional 40,000. And that except that particular demo. And that also, again, going to the cross-sectional is it is a waste, right? We cannot damage a super engine just for demo purpose. I cannot do a cross-sectional cut, and I wanted to show that. Just imagine a similar situation where if this AR application is developed, I can ask the customers to wear the augmented reality and just bring that engine in front of them. And I'll also wear the, like, assuming that I'm the sales person and I have a customer, I give the AR headset to the customer, and I also wear the same customer. The image, the what is that we are trying to generate, it is the same things, right? We are talking about that particular turbo engine. So I'll say that, no, this is the turbo engine, and then I can pinpoint using a laser light inside. I can say that this is the engine. This is the particular IC combustion engine which is creating a power for you. And I wanted to say that, no, look at how it is, look inside how it is looking. I can do a cross-sectional cut like how we are seeing here as a human being. We can see that, and I can very easily show that, like, what is the difference. That makes the customer to look for saying, yes, definitely this is a game-changing technology. I'm going to, so I'm ready to, are willing to pay for additional 5 lakh or 10 lakh for that better engine because of the demo, right? So that is a kind of just one example where I'm just thinking, like, how this kind of ER, VR, and then metaverse technologies can help the customers. And so we have seen virtual reality, we have seen augmented reality. We need to understand the difference between. So we have seen that, what is the definition? First line I'm just skipping. Second one is, it's a real world and virtual world. When you wear an AR headset, you know that what is happening surround, what is happening, what is the light, and then left, right, everything, it is visible to you. At the same time, what is that your interest area? For example, you wanted to see the computer screen. three computer screen in front of you, and then there is fourth one as in a game. You can bring in all the three computer screens in front of you in a kind of virtual way, but you will be very much aware saying that no, you are sitting in an office. But wherein a virtual reality, once you wear the headset, you completely entering into that particular world, and you will not know what is happening nearby, right? And then it's totally cut off from the, not cut off from the augmented real world, which is an augmented reality, wherein VR is completely immersed. The word like an immersed, we need to give a careful attention. Completely immersed in artificial world, cut off from the real world. So what are the kind of devices we need for AR? It's just like we need some smartphones, tablets, laptops, and smart lenses. Nowadays, people are talking about not the bigger headset. It's going to come, not sure, like, we are 2024, maybe in 5 to 10 years. I'm sure like maybe even 3 to 5 years, we will get contact lenses, AR supported augmented reality contact lenses. When you wear that, and then you have a devices to control, or that also in a remote, some mobile devices, you program it, and you can just look at the road, as well as you can just left hand side, as if like, there will be a screen opening, and then you can do checking, you can watch movies, you can check the business numbers, you can check the Excel sheets and all the stuff. Wherein VR, it is needed. We need definitely we need a head-mounted devices and additional equipments. But in combination of virtual reality and augmented reality, that's what we talked about in a mixed reality. That's where the metaverse is coming in. So metaverse is combination of all these things. And we talked about some examples, right? Here, this is everywhere we are hearing saying that no, somebody in Germany, they used it, and somebody in US, they use this technology. But this is the recent news, May 9, 2024. Doctors in Chennai hospital use Apple Vision Pro headset for surgeries. So they are already doing robotics keyhole surgery, where the camera is inserted inside the body of the patient, and also the surgical instruments. So it gives you a clear picture about saying that now what is that particular part is causing the problem, and then what I need to operate. So here also, when I'm doing the operations, we also need to check the diagnosis information, patient's diagnosis information. What was that MRI information has given? What is the ultrasound information has given? What is the health vitals, patient history, and everything? Because at a critical juncture, in case if I need to review things, I cannot stop the operation in between and come back and look at the details and everything. At the same time, I also wanted to see that some of the other operations, or I need to see that how the particular tissue functions in that environment. So what I can do as a doctor, I have an opportunity to look at the patient, operation is going on, and I do operate the patient using my, look at the photo where they operate by looking at the patient, looking at the camera as well. But when they wear their AR glasses, all the things, what I said, I can open 3 different screens virtually, and then I can see that what is the MRI report says for that particular patient, what is the vitals, and then I can process multiple information at a time, and then I can apply that knowledge into the particular operations when we are making. So this is a kind of a big advantage for the doctors. Otherwise, maybe the surgeries were taking a longer time, or they are missing that kind of an advantage, getting that particular piece of information. They are missing that. Maybe so we can treat more people, we can treat more accurately, and then more in a shorter time. Let us say in operations always in a kind of a blood loss and everything. Assuming that when you are able to do such a precision and with a kind of a vast information given to you at a time to do that, definitely doctors will feel empowered, and definitely they can do a better job. So this is the technology. We will talk about the kind of a growth, how it is current, and then what is the issues in metaverse and all. But still, we are able to see real use cases, not somewhere in Australia or Japan. We are seeing in India, in Chennai, we are able to see these kind of things. I'm sure such things will spread to the Tier 1, Tier 2 level itself. And we have an option where we want to do certain work in a virtual world, certain work in the AR, VR world, certain works in the metaverse. And then we can have a common metaverse world where we all can interact and discuss. So that is going to come anyway. So just imagine we said in the agenda we wanted to talk about the sales. Already we touch upon that use case, right? Like how a kind of a car sales can happen. How I can give the improved detailing to the customers. Just to remember few points, it can definitely increase sales through, right? And engaging and interactive customer experience. Otherwise, it's like, yeah, there is a new engine, turbo engine. Yes, because it is costly. Just a word, and then people have to believe and then buy it. You may not sell through that particular negotiation. But wherein when we are able to demo it in person and ask them also to interact, wherein, as I said, like, we can ask the customer to rotate the engine, look at top, bottom, how does it fits, how is it extra power is generated. We can give them the demo also. So it is an interactive and it is engaging. People will feel that, yeah, I'm able to touch the engine. I know that what is happening. But always in any sales process, when the customer is engaged in that conversation, engaged in that particular activity, that there is a high chance of that sales closure, right? So that's where we are bringing in metaverse here. And then personalized interactions. For example, when you know that if I know customer information, right now in a website, once you register, next time when you visit, let's say Prime Video or Netflix, once they know that like your taste, what kind of movies you watch, comedy movies or horror movies. Accordingly, they are able to sequence the movies and showcase the thumbnails to you. Even it is in a web, it is in a kind of a 2D, they are able to show that. And whereas in metaverse, we are thinking about in a very, very bigger use cases. Here as well, it is very much possible that personalized interactions are possible using the metaverse. And then when we say metaverse, assuming that we are creating a kind of a virtual metaverse where everyone can join there and do interact, discuss, sell, transact, and it's completely virtual, right? So once it is possible, then there is no borders, right? Already it is a borderless economy where you can free to do that, but it is limited to kind of wired transactions or interactions in a 2D world, wherein here it is in a 3D world, and that too getting into the place. Here, when I'm connecting one of my friend in Germany, I can connect him using a Zoom, and I know that he's sitting in an office in Germany, and I'm sitting here. The kind of a metaverse what we are talking about, where both of us, we get into a area which is open for both the party, and then we will be standing in an area where he has come from Germany, I gone from India, and then we two are standing in that particular place and then trying to do some transaction and trying to look at discuss about some business cases and all those things. So it's a kind of going to give a global reach for the people. And then product visualization, we talked about, it gives you enhanced product visualization and in-depth understanding of the offerings. Other things like, it gives you a clear vision for your, what is that, is it easy? Because, putting a normal sales strategy for a simple product itself is difficult. But when you are bringing in kind of a metaverse technology support for your sales function, definitely you need a sales strategy, right? What's a sales strategy? You need to have, you need to have how you are positioning that metaverse in your sales pipeline. So you need to have a clear vision and create an engaging and user-friendly virtual environment. It is a very powerful technology. So you need to always create saying that no, we cannot use such a powerful technology to merely showing some brochures or talk about some terms and conditions. You have a bigger and better technology in your hand Don't use it for a simple transaction oriented things, but use the power of metaverse and try to create a engaging and user friendly virtual environment. That is the best strategy, right? And any technology, any new methodology, or any new process, when you are inducting into the business, people will resist. People will say that, no, why should I use it? Already I'm comfortable. And then particularly these kind of high-end technology, it is very critical to train your sales team to understand, because the way you talk, whenever the same car experience, if somebody is asking about the specification about the engine, typically the sales agent will pull the browser and then try to show that now line number 7 there is an engine capacity, cubic capacity is mentioned. That mindset should change, and they should be able to say that now open up the app and then show them in person, right? So training is important, and it has to seamlessly integrated with your existing sales and marketing channel. That is always a crucial one. Customer support, what we can do, there are a lot of opportunities. Why people will come to for a customer support? They have a product bought from our service, bought from a company, and then they wanted to upgrade something, they wanted to replace, or they have some issues with that product. So you have a high-end washing machine, and something is not working, and then what happens? Typically, people tried using telephone calls, and people in fact used video calls also, right? But wherein even a video calls, you are able to touch the surface. Even I'm trying to call I switched on, it's showing the digital numbers, I set the timers, but it's not starting, or it is the outflow of water is not going. What should I do? So when we have this kind of AR applications, the customer support will be transformed in a different range, where the customer will be guided, saying that no, what are the different problems that particular scenario might have came up. So you will be able to see through what is the inside of the product, and then different options to change that. So with the kind of a support given from the support executive at the remote, and sitting at home, we were able to solve much complex problems. I'm just saying a B2C kind of an environment. Think about a B2B, where I'm running a manufacturing unit. I need an expert advice from equipment sitting at my company, which is headquartered in Japan. They have supplied it. They are given a 1 year on-site support, and extended 3 year support is using the AR/VR or the metaverse environment. So once a problem happens, we just connect, both of the team members connect on the metaverse, and then they talk about it, review the product, understand, and the support engineers at Japan understand what might have gone wrong, and then they can suggest the exact steps that to be taken. It makes much more easier, and then obviously the customer satisfaction is going to go high, and then it will be definitely engaging and then interactive, right? And then the first call resolution, people call it in the customer support or in any of the cash centers, the first call resolution will go high. Instead of calling 3 times, 4 times, when you call first time to the customer support, you will get a resolution for your problem. And then faster response times. It will definitely increase the response time. This is the actual Apple Vision Pro somebody is wearing, and then here it is, this is what I said, it's an AR where you are able to see the surroundings, what's happening. You might get a lot of videos in the internet about how is I think it is not introduced in India, wherein Apple Vision Pro available in other countries, where you have an option to look at the real world as well as in the virtual world. And then we are talking about this technology, but what are the drivers for this metaverse evolution? Because we are here as in a business people, you are an MBAs, but we are talking about the business. We have an MCA people here. We are talking about how I can program this particular metaverse. That's it is rightly organized, this kind of technology, where it is both business as well as in a technical. Together, it is useful right now. So we as sitting in a both the business stream as well as in the technical stream, we need to understand the technology in both the ways. How I can use, what are all the business angles to it, what are all the technological angles to it. So let us see these 4 key drivers which will help the metaverse evolution, right? One is devices. The second one is the platform. Third one is then a connectivity. And then fourth one is then applications, kind of applications what we are using it, right? So if we talk on detail about devices, currently there are companies. I will talk about that slide here. Yeah, there are companies. The top companies currently working on this area, because in fact Facebook has changed its name to Meta because of this metaverse, right? So the metaverse, the Facebook as a company, they heavily invested and then continuously working on this area. Apple, always it is known for the innovations. They only developed this Apple Vision Pro and then they have released it. And then NVIDIA is a chip maker. Initially, it was just a chip maker, but later they got into the GPUs, which has helped the revolution at the AI. Now they are setting up a ecosystem for developing AR/VR component metaverse, which is going to help the industry. And then Microsoft, you all know, it is one of the giant in the software development. They create the ecosystem development platform and everything. Similarly in the AWS. And these are all the facilitators, I can say. And then Roblox is in a platform. I'm not sure, like, maybe we are at college. If you look at the school kids, they will be definitely playing one or other Roblox games. This gives them, again, a virtual environment. People will go there, join with the friends, and then try to play some games. Sitting at their respective homes, the 4 or 5 friends can join in a virtual place and then play different games in a car and whatever it is. So these are all the, this is recently their investments and the kind of user adoption is going very high, and that gives a lot of positive news for the metaverse. And all the companies, they don't want to get into one area. For example, metaverse, here they tried AR/VR. Apple is going in a slightly different path. And then NVIDIA says that, no, let me create a kind of a different platform. They call it as an omniverse. Facebook has called us in a metaverse, and NVIDIA is calling us an omniverse. They are creating an omniverse, and they're sharing the SDKs, application files openly to people, so that now they create more and more content for the AR/VR. So that when more and more contents are available, tools are available, the platform is supporting, then only people will be able to develop much more applications, right? So that is the point I just wanted to call. So when we talk about, these are the devices we talked about, and the platforms, as we said, like, Metaverse platform, Apple, NVIDIA, and then applications. It is not like, we have devices, we have platforms. If you are not developing cool applications, the adoption rates will go high. So it matters on how unique and creative applications you are developing in all the platforms. And then moreover, the connectivity. We have come from an era where internet was, it's like 56 kbps, where we used a dial-up modem when we need to connect to the internet, talking about 1995, 92, 95, where we need to connect to the internet using a dial-up modem, which gives you a 56 kbps speed, and to download one mail, it will take an half an hour. And now look at the speed what we are getting. In a home, in a tier 1 cities, you get 1 Gbps of speed, 1 Gbps of speed, not an Mbps. Earlier it was like, we said like broadband, we said 2 Mbps, and then we gone to 100 Mbps, 300 Mbps, 500 Mbps. Now we are talking about 1 Gbps kind of a speed to the home segment. So when the connectivity, you have a seamless, because when you interact in such technologies, the kind of a bandwidth you use will be heavy, right? So definitely you need a better connectivity. Will the existing infrastructure at your home will support? are the new things going to come up? Like now we have seen 2G, 2.5G, 3G, 4G, and 4G is like easily available nowadays everywhere. And now in some certain cities we are getting 5G as well. We are talking about this technology which is supported by 5G and beyond, 5G and 6G when it comes, and that naturally this technology also evolve, and then automatically it will take you to the next spaces. This is the Facebook Meta Quest 3 headset, and just for a view, I'm sure like many of you would have seen that, and just for a reference, this is the earlier version of it, and this is an Apple Vision Pro, which is having the headset, audio, video, sensory, and everything together. And this is just a view of an Apple. You're sitting in an office corridor and just wearing the glass, and you can bring in this kind of a big screen, left one and then right hand side one. But you are sitting at the office, you know that there is a cold drink in front of you, and then you can interact with the people as well. So the put the show that in a presentation to the entire wall and check some details parallelly, watch some movies, get some Excel details. Everything is possible. So that is the kind of a benefit it is giving. And we'll talk about the what are the we have seen the what are the key drivers and then attributes. What are the metaverse attributes which is good to have so that which actually reflects the benefits of metaverse. It is persistence, openness, immersivity, mobility, and interactivity. We can say these are all the attributes which differentiate metaverse from the normal technologies. Persistence, as I said, like it's a personalized one. It will be remembering the user environment one session to the next, because you getting into the virtual world. So user preference need to be saved in that in your profile, so that whenever you visit in a different store or in different places, your identity should be maintained. That's what we call it as in a persistence. And then openness. It is if we try to say that metaverse is created all Facebook and then all Apple or Nvidia, if they try to operate all in a different way, assuming that they are trying to operate in a different way, or every company is trying to their own, it will not be open to all. That interoperability will become a big problem. So as much as possible, the technology should be designed in a more open way, so that different technology provided, different content, all can be combined together. And then we talked about, I said, give a careful attention to the immersion. It's about an immersivity. When you are getting into that immersivity, that is a kind of experience metaverse is providing. It is how we can give that kind of you are immersed in that particular application. It is influenced by the combination of device, the kind of a device, rich device what you are using, the platform, how you operate, and the connectivity. As I said, the 5G and 6G, what is the kind of technology, the internet technology, the telecommunication technology, what we are talking about, that is very important to get into that kind of world. And then mobility. So it cannot be like, you define, you design a particular technology which is always connected, you are wired, and you have to sit with, if you remove the wire, it is going on. It has to be mobility. That's what I was talking about, a kind of a contact lenses and a mobile phone in your pocket. You can create a world and you can contact. It is a number of opportunities it is going to give. And then interactivity, as I said, we should be able to interact. The very basic purpose of all the technology is the well-being of a human, right? We don't want any technology which is affecting us, right? It has to enhance our well-being. It has to increase our interactions between people. People should be able to understand each other's emotion. People should be happier than before. That's where we are bringing in. So when you are designing a metaverse, it is providing an interactivity capabilities. Definitely, that's what it is expected. So these 5 key attributes is needed for any metaverse development. I just wanted to, because you are the people going to see that in the future, the business, how it is going to get, and you are going to program the applications going to come in the coming days. So understand these 5 key attributes, which is important for the metaverse world. All right. And as we are talking about the we are studying, and then soon we will be out into the market. What is the kind of skills needed for metaverse in case if we need to embrace metaverse as a technology into a society? So people interested in getting this area, be good at UX design knowledge. right? The user interface, how we can design the different user interfaces, general software development, animation is very important, problem solving, and designer mindset. We need to think creatively, and then technical skills and a basics to programming. It can be any particular language, Python, C++, Java, whatever it is. We need to have a technical knowledge, graphic designing skills, computer animation, UX, graphics, because we are trying to create a world. We are trying to create what is. So you need to have lots and lots of graphics and animation need to be designed. That's where you need a graphics. And these one of the tools, there will be many tools. I'm just highlighting one tool, Unity, which is in a free engine by which you can create the AR, VR applications. You can try it out. This we have seen already. So we have seen the Metaverse, a basic definition of it, and what is the AR, what is VR, and then how it can help different domains, different business verticals, how it can support for a sales function and customer support function, what is the components of Metaverse, their devices, and then how devices and then platform connectivity all helps, how it is forming the Metaverse, and then what are all its attributes we have seen. So we also know that what is the skill set needed and how it is it. I'm sure the future leaders, you understand it well, and then soon we'll reach a place where Metaverse is going to be embedded in our daily life. But some highlights I wanted to give here. Though Metaverse started in a few years back, it has seen some slowness. Meta lost some money on setting up the Metaverse, and then Disney started with a high ambitious way, and then later it has reduced that numbers. And then there are other technologies which is connected with the Metaverse, which is the Web3, people call it as, and then NFT, non-fungible tokens. These are all things which helps to make and blockchains. These are all things how we can use such technologies for the business transactions. So there are some disturbance happen in that particular technologies, and then so that way, and then technical limitations, and then device cost and privacy reasons. These are all things causing some challenges in this particular technology. That's where the way it was expected to grow, it has not grown. But now with the introduction of all the people are again coming back with their they're releasing the devices, they are creating, like we have seen Nvidia is creating an Omniverse and everything. There is a big scope. So when we are ready for the new future technology, definitely we can help ourselves, help the economy. With that highlight, I wanted to conclude my talk, and any few questions we can talk about it. Otherwise, thank you so much. Thank you all.
Good morning, sir. I have a question.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. What are the future job opportunities that can be get from AI?
AI, are you talking? Okay, yeah, AI. It's like compared to the Metaverse, AI is in the full stream now, and we know it can be used in all the domains. It will be very difficult to say that no, okay, this particular domain I cannot use AI. AI is in a kind of an umbrella term again, right? AI comprises of, we can have a basic. It starts from the machine learning model, which is an advancement from the statistical models. What earlier we were doing, we were able to do only limited number of records. Now we were able to crunch numbers and millions and billions of numbers we were able to crunch, and then we were able to build a model out of it, so that we know it is not like it's what has happened. We wanted to predict what will happen. So people are in business entities wanted to see that what will happen, how I can predict my business. That's where the advanced machine learning things are coming in. That is one stream of AI. Second one is in natural language processing. Natural language processing, that's what the generative AI we all talk about. The world is talking about generative AI. That is also again part of an AI, where it earlier machine was understanding only the numbers. Now we are able to understand the languages, right? It can be in any language, not only in English. The machine is able to understand the language, getting the context out of it, answers questions, summarizes, solving problems, everything it is doing. Just to give that computer giving an instruction, not through the programming, just using plain English, you are able to give an instruction to the computer and then it is doing. And then we have seen the application, then speech, text, and text to speech, right? So all these, like, we can just call, hey, Google, hey Siri, then the mobile phone opens up and then you can ask all these things. These kind of speech to text and text to speech applications are coming. And then computer vision, like that's a typical example we call autonomous vehicles. It is not only autonomous vehicle in an industrial area or in any area, how we were looking at the document and trying to understand that, looking at a particular component and trying to see that whether it is good or bad, what it is. So you are giving the ability for the machine to look at a particular object and try to understand what is that object is about, the qualities of it. That's what the computer vision. So NLP, natural language processing, computer vision, and machine learning. These are all the major streams under the AI as an broad umbrella. So definitely it's a vast, lots and lots of opportunities are there. Once you get into the AI, you can choose your field. You can be specialized in the machine learning areas where you are very good at analytics, you are very good at numbers, and then logics. You can do all the machine learning related applications. If you are if you want to, like as I said, like language understanding, the building creative applications for the customers, you can try into the natural language processing, generative AI applications, and then computer vision based application. So depending upon our skill sets and then interest area, there are multiple areas available within AI, and then world is embracing AI. There is no such business. If you interview a top executive from Fortune 500 companies, they say no. They will say that all 100 people, all 500 people will say that no, yes, I wanted to bring AI into my workflow. I wanted to use it. So that way, the job market as well as the demand for AI is very high. Yes, we all should understand, at least even if you are not getting into the AI, all of us should learn at least a piece of it so that no, we as a user we can use it, and also if you have more interest, we can get into the details of it. Did I answer your question?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. If no more questions, Dr. Mohanasundaram. And can we conclude?
Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you for your wonderful speech.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thanks to you. Thanks to the coordinators and all the students participation.
Definitely, sir.
Thank you.
Definitely, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Your insight and expertise made a significant impact, and we are grateful for your valuable contribution. Now, I would like to call upon Rajini Ji of First MCA to give an introductory speech of our guest speaker of the day, Mahesh Narayanan.
A very warm welcome all of you gathered here today. It gives me immense pleasure and honor to introduce our chief guest, Mahesh Narayanan. He is Artificial Intelligence Solution Sales Essential. Mahesh is an experienced AI and advanced analytics professional. He has around 18 years of experience in the area of analysis and AI. He has delivered solutions for technology platform clients, telecom and high-tech clients. He is involved in developing and deploying AI solutions in the area of images, videos, audio and text content moderation. He has also worked on customers and sales analytics projects. He is passionate about sharing knowledge through guest lectures and learning business schools and speaking at conferences and seminars. He has a patent category in his name and have authored various thought leadership publications. In July 2022, he has awarded the AI and Analytics Industries Leader Award by 3AI. It is a pleasure to welcome you, sir, for this international conference.
Thank you so much. That was very nice to hear about yourself. Sir, let me know if I can start, but maybe any introduction, any introductory inputs from you?
No, sir, we can start, sir.
Oh, perfect. Maybe I'll share my screen. So, It's an absolute pleasure to be with you all today. I think when I got the invitation, I spoke to you, sir, and then I got to know that you're organizing an international conference. I think you should be lucky to be with such an institution that you are getting to hear speakers from various fields. I just heard Anand sir. It was so enthralling to understand about metaverse and other technologies. So you should feel that this is an amazing place where you can learn, yeah, and discuss as well. So my talk is going to be focused on generative AI. I'm sure you would have heard the term. I'm focusing on generative AI for using generative AI for learning and research. Considering that you are mostly students and research fellows, I want to really focus my talk on how you can use generative AI to learn better and also to conduct better research. So that will be my focus for the day. I will cover three broad topics. Understand a little bit of what is Gen AI, although I'm assuming that most of you would know it, and then focus on how do you use it for learning and research, and finally, what does it mean for you and me? Yeah, meaning what do we need to change? What kind of things that we need to equip ourselves with so that we are able to be ready for this new world. While before I start, I think we are in a very interesting phase of life. I can't think about another time in history where a very powerful piece of technology was available to each and every person on earth, right? I mean, from the day when ChatGPT was launched, it was available to all of us at our fingertips, right? I mean, I can't think about another time in history where such path-breaking, innovation was available to the common man right on the day when it was launched, right? So that itself is powerful. And then also you should know that more and more people using such technologies, the technology itself get better, right? And the very reason that most of us use Google Maps is because many of us are there in Google Maps. It shows whether the road is congested, it shows a red line, and we avoid to take those roads, right? That's because more people are using it, and when more people use it, the tool itself get better and better, right? And this is also the same network effect which is also there in generative AI. What is generative AI? I think unlike any other, piece of artificial intelligence technologies, I think earlier we were using artificial intelligence for really understanding data, understanding patterns, prediction, and things like that. And come generative AI, we are able to create newer content, right? So whether it is text, images, videos, voice, and whatnot. So the algorithms, and it all started in 2017 with a seminal paper called "Attention is All You Need," and from there they started looking at a new way of really working on data. And then when you feed a large portion of learning data set, you will then have the technology create newer content for you, right? And for example, if you wanted to write a essay, if you wanted to write a story, if you want it to correct your application, help you with your CVs, or create you want to send a new greeting card on maybe Diwali, and you want to create your own image, yeah, all that can be done because these technologies have a lot of data using which it is learned, and using which it is able to really create newer content, yeah, and that is what generative AI is all about. And if I were to ask you how many of you use generative AI, I'm sure a large portion of you are already using a lot of generative AI, whether it is ChatGPT or various other generative AI tools, right? And I'm sure you are using it for your learning, using it for fun, using it for social media and whatnot, right? And especially, people, you are all young, I'm sure a lot of you use it for image corrections or image maybe modifications or enhancements and things like that already, right? Now, I wanted to really focus on understanding how you can use it for learning. Now, all of us, most of you are students, and I want to really, and I see that there are about 200 odd people on the call. So, and I'm assuming most of you will be students. I want to really talk about how you can use generative AI for learning, right? Now, I want to show you one sample of one site. Yeah, so this is turbolearn.ai. Now, I'm sure you take notes, right, during your classes, and maybe even now you're taking notes. And typically, you take notes by looking at section headings, and under each section headings, you will have some bullets and things like that, right? What if I told you that if you have a long YouTube video, and you can test it if you want it as you're speaking, but I wanted to really show you, if you go to this link and if you tell that you're doing a class on, say, math, yeah, and then you paste a link of that math class here, you will start generating notes. And I've created one for you, and because it takes a little bit of time to create it, it tells you what is the teaching style, who's the professor, what is the subject, what kind of things that he's spoken about, the different broad areas, and then the sub bullets of what it means and things like that. Right? This is a long video. Yeah, it's, I think, an hour-long video, and it has kind of, summarized it in these easy to understand bulletized form of notes, right? And of course, this can do much more thing. It can also record. So if you want to record the session and creates notes for you and flashcards for you, quizzes for you, transcripts for you, it can. I mean, you can record it and then start ensuring that you are creating notes even for this session, right? So Turbo Learn, this is just one example, right? And why did I show you that? Because I wanted to really help you understand that generative AI can be like a very senior teacher who's beside you always, 24 hours, 365 days, 24 hours a day, 365 days a week. Sorry, a year, right? Now, what would your teacher tell you? You can also ask questions to teacher, right? Oh, I didn't understand this topic. Can you help explain? And maybe, I don't know, if you have tested ChatGPT. I mean, if you're talking, or if you're going into a class which is a really tough subject, and if you want to understand in a very simplified manner, you can ask questions and ask it to simplify it for you, right? So those are the ways by which you can use this technology to learn better. So direct question and answering, you can ask questions, you can ask for homework help, you can do some topic deep dives, you want to know a little more, you are interested in one topic, say inflation, you understood the topic, you like the topic, you want to do a lot of deep dives, right? Reading comprehension, you want to understand it simply. So like, for example, once I had asked ChatGPT to explain astronomical subject in a layman terms. I asked it that, can you explain black hole to a 5-year-old? Yeah, and it does a fabulous job. Yeah, and maybe use those kind of things for you to understand the topic in a very, very simple manner. Yeah, a language learning, very interesting. I mean, so far, all of us learn our subjects through maybe mostly English and maybe at the most another vernacular language. Yeah, although I've not learned anything using my vernacular language, maybe some of you have, but nothing more than that. What if I told you that you can learn the next math class from the most revered book in Japan? Yeah, maybe you want to understand economics from a book which is written in German. What if I told you that the biggest book, the most revered book in mathematics was written in Latin? Yeah, and you want to understand from that book as to what it says about your subject. Earlier, it was not possible. I mean, at the most, your teacher would tell you to translate it. Maybe you'll go to a translator, but the teacher will not be able to explain it in the authoritative manner that he would have done it in his language of preference, right? Like English or any other vernacular language. So here you're able to learn the subject from some basic texts which are written in a different language. Yeah, why not? I mean, why maybe a book written in Tamil, Sanskrit, Brahmi, or whatnot. Yeah. So I think this technology gives you that capability of learning any subject from any language, right? Of course, coding and technical help, it's the best coder in the world. If you have written a piece of code, you want some feedback, it does a fabulous job. Mock interviews. Most of you will be going and taking interviews, right? I mean, you will be sitting in front of an interviewer. Have you considered taking mock interviews? I'm forgetting one site. You can Google it up. It gives you like I'm on a video call. That tool also wants you to come on a video call and then ask questions. You'll answer, and based on that, it will give you live feedback. Hey, your confidence is less. You're not looking into the eye. Your language that you use can be better. You are using your hand too much, or whatnot, right? So you will get real time, feedback about how you are behaving in your interviews and things like that. And again, an amazing way to learn because you're getting instant feedback, right? Study reminders, feedback on writing. These are obvious. Interactive learning. Yeah, for example, you ask ChatGPT to ask you a question on a topic that you understand well. You answer and then ask for feedback. Hey, how much have I understood? Is there any other topic which I have not understood? It will give you feedback. So you're learning in an interactive manner. Yeah, it's almost like I mentioned, right? Almost like having a teacher alongside with you always, right? Learning through discussion, very important. When did you last debate about a topic which you really love a lot? Maybe economics, maybe mathematics, maybe physics. Yeah, I mean, you might think, what is there to debate about physics? There's a lot to debate about physics because humans don't understand even a portion of it, right? Like gravity. I mean, I don't think we even understand what it is, right? And maybe we learn through really understanding various inputs from various people, right? So you can have debates and discussion with these technologies, so that you start learning these topics in a much more deeper manner, right? Regular quizzing. Yeah, I once helped my colleague of mine who was taking a CISA exam. CISA is a very reputed security exam, and he wanted a list of tests, and typically those tests are available at a very high cost from that institute. And we created these tests using ChatGPT, and we uploaded about a 500-page PDF document, and then asked it to create quizzes for you. Yeah, from basic level to master level. Yeah, and then it did a fantastic job of creating those quizzes. And with these quizzes, you can test how much is your learning. Yeah, what is the level of your learning? It will also tell you, if you want to give yourself a percentage, it will also give you a percentage. Yeah, so at least you will gauge how much of understanding you got and things like that. Yeah, an update on current events, subject specific projects. So if you wanted to really conduct some experiments, you want to do some demos, you want to build some assets, it will give you a lot of ideas. Yeah. Learning through play. I mean, you can also ask it to gamify a certain subject. So you want to understand maybe inflation through gamification. It will start giving you games with which you will be able to understand the subject in a much more playful manner. Yeah. Visual aids. You can also ask it to visualize it for you. If you have a very complex subject, if you want to explain it in a very graphical manner, it can do that in a very interactive way, right? And of course, feedback loop. I already talked to you about feedback, right? With that, I want to really pause and maybe do a quick Menti. Menti is but nothing but getting a feedback. Yeah, I mean, those of you who have mobiles, if you can go to menti.com, menti.com, and use the code 85227120. Can someone copy this code and paste it on chat, please? 85227120. Menti.com, menti.com. It'll ask for a code. Code is 85227120. Can someone put this code in the chat? I'm not able to. 85227120. Let me write it down. Yeah. Okay. Now ask questions. So whatever is in your mind for the topics that you've just stopped on learning. So any questions on how to use generative AI for learning? menti.com, menti.com, on your mobiles or laptops, whatever, use the code 85227120. Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Yeah, I'm waiting. 85227120, menti.com. There are 191 people on the call, so I'm sure I can expect a few questions on the stool. Really, no questions? Okay, maybe even later I'll come back to this, but this question thing is open. Any of you have any questions, please feel free to go there and post your questions. Okay, now I want to really shift gears and many times as students as well as for PhD scholars and others, you will be doing a lot of research, right? Now I want to really talk about how you can use generative AI for your research. Yeah, whether it is generating research ideas, providing some background information on the topic, assisting literature reviews. Yeah, you want to know what is got published in this area, identifying sources, answering specific questions, offering statistical data analysis, creating research proposals, proofreading, assisting on manuscript preparation, providing feedback. I think across the research value chain, you can use generative AI in a very effective manner. And now I want to really focus on. So before I begin, I wanted to really talk a little bit of prompting. Now, this is one thing I want to tell you, that while you are doing your courses here, please ensure that you are at least taking one prompt engineering certification. And this is so very important when you join your job. Prompt engineering as a skill and knowledge is very critical. So I will recommend all of you to at least get one certification on prompt engineering. Okay. Now, and what is prompt engineering? It is nothing but how you ask questions to generative AI tools. I mean, I'm sure most of you would have used ChatGPT. You would have asked some questions. So how will you do that in a very effective manner. So how do you ask questions in an effective manner? So that's what prompt engineering is all about. So I'll strongly recommend that you go ahead and take a certification on this. So so some of the best practices to keep in mind, you can give ChatGPT an identity. Yeah, you can ask it to act as an engineer, as a doctor, as a design executive, as a whatever, whatever role you want to give it, and then give some context. I mean, like anybody who will give some context about why you are asking the question, who are you, why do you need this answer? If you can give some context, that will help. And any other information that you want to give, and what do you want this tool to give you as output? What we don't want this tool to give you as output? Choose a relevant tone. I mostly, when I post on LinkedIn, I ask it to, change the language to a Harvard Business Review tone, and that really helps, right? That's my style, and I use it. I use that style to post messages, right? So maybe you can ask it to give yourself that tone and a voice. Yeah, you can, if you have not understood a topic, you can ask it to give more examples. You can ask it to limit the output to certain number of words. You can ask it to add emojis and whatnot. All right, there are various ways you can make the prompting much more finer, and hence I recommend all of you to really undertake a course on prompt engineering and maybe get a certification for it. That will help you to become a much better professional when you join a job. Academic writing. So I think I already spoke about translation. Now, if you wanted to, while you're doing your research, you came across a book in Spanish, Japanese, German, Tamil, Malayalam, whatnot, you can ask it to translate it for you, right? And you can give some context as to what you're doing, why you need this translation, things like that, and it will do a very good way to translate it for you so that you can use it for your research. Plagiarism checker. So if you want to really check if there are any plagiarism, you can ask it to act as a plagiarism checker and ask it to check which areas it has plagiarism and things like that. Proofreading, it does a fabulous job. Now you've written a large text, maybe a few pages, you wanted to be proofread, it does a very good job of proofreading for you. Structuring sentences, I mean, you want to give it a topic, you want to do transition sentences, you want to give it an introduction. So you've written a research paper of maybe 10 pages, you want to do a good introduction or conclusion. Yeah, you can use this to do that in a very effective manner. Counter argument, very important, and even as students, right? Especially students who are doing higher studies, PhD scholars and others. You understand a topic really well, but you want to know the counter arguments. Say you are presenting your paper in front of a research body, and you want to really know what kind of questions you can expect. You can ask this question to help understand what kind of questions you will get and what are the counter arguments available for the topic that you've written on. Data wrangling, I mean, you can also use it to do a lot of data cleaning, data augmentation, data text extraction, and things like that. Nowadays, there's an advanced analytics function using which you can upload a Excel file, however large it may be. The largest size it can take is about 500 MB. And then you can ask questions to run algorithms. You can ask it to look at patterns. You can ask it to look at relationships and things like that. It does a fabulous job of doing that for you, which will help you in your research. Even data collection, if you go to your Excel, can now you can embed ChatGPT function in your Excel, and with which you can go and also collect data and put it on an Excel table in a very structured form. So you want to know how many institutes are there, how many students are there in that institute, when is the course publication going to happen, and advertisement going to happen, which course, what are the entry criteria, and things like that. It will go and collect it for as many institutes that are there in India and create an Excel for you, right? All in an automated fashion. Yeah, literature review. And here I wanted to give an example and show you how it will look like for chat PDF. So chatpdf.com is again a free tool. Of course, you can also take a $5 plus version where you can upload a document. And this is I've got a document which is a 145-page legal document, Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, and you can start asking questions, right? Like what are the legal risks you have with regard to copying data from social media. Yeah, I'm sure all of you copy data from social media. Now I want to understand whether there are any legal risks. Yeah. Yeah, now it is answered. Yeah. So you can, so what it does is it kind of answers using which section is relevant, under which section, what is allowed, what is not allowed, and things like that. It is answering you questions only based on this document that you've uploaded. So it can be as big, doesn't matter. Yeah, you upload the document and ask questions. Like all of us may not know legal niceties in a very good manner, right? So I uploaded a legal document, I mean a law text, and then asking it some specific questions on what it means and things like that. You can make your questions as detailed as possible, and it will answer your questions in a very authoritative manner. So that's the power of ChatGPT or generative AI tool. Yeah, but now many people might have questions. Is it allowed in academic writing? Yeah, I mean, there are many institutes, many things which are prohibiting use of LLM, but then there are also universities which are really also letting them use it. Yeah, you can also say that you've used this tools to help with your academic writing. Yeah, and of course you can kind of quote it as a quote, as a source, and then say that you've been using this tool and things like that. Yeah. Now with that, I want to come to the point about what does it mean for you and me, right? Now, what does it mean as things are changing so fast? What does it mean for all of us? I think it means first and foremost is how can you start acquiring some specialist knowledge, because all the generalist knowledge will be taken care of by the tools like ChatGPT, right? So only way you can hold on and do a good job is to become specialist, right? Embrace interdisciplinary skills, very important. Stay up to date on what's happening in the field of AI. Emphasize creativity. I think earlier, many of you might think that, as an engineering student, you are really top notch, or if you are an art student or somebody who's interested in drawing or painting, you are not as good. You're totally wrong. Both are as much required, right? So can you start developing your creativity, innovation, because that's what will help you retain your jobs, right? Start collaborating with AI systems. Yeah. Adapt and learn new skills. Emphasize human-centric qualities. I think all of us humans have these qualities like empathy, be nice to people, be a good human being. I think those things are becoming more and more important. So focus on those a little more. Yeah. And of course, by combining these human qualities, specialized expertise, interdisciplinary skills, and being updated of what's happening around you, you will still stay relevant. All right. With that, I wanted to really stop here. I've spoken a lot. I want to really now get your input as to what you think, and if there are any questions. Let me see if there are any questions posed here. No questions yet. Okay, maybe I'll pause to see if there are any questions. You can also come online. You can ask questions, or you can also post questions here in the tool Mentimeter. Yeah, menti.com 85227120. I'm repeating. Okay, does anyone want to come online and ask question? Yeah, I'll stop sharing and then maybe see if there are any questions. So any of you want to come online, ask questions? If no questions, sir, I will give it back to you. Or if somebody can moderate it for me, that should also help. Can you guys hear me? Hey, can you guys hear me? Anybody? Sorry, you were saying something? Yeah, Pankaj is saying yes. Okay, any other questions, guys? You can also put it in chat. Okay. So then if no questions, I'll hand it back to you. Professor Anita is asking where can we do certification prompt engineering. So there are various sites, Professor Anita. I think any of the open MOOC courses should be good enough. I don't have any preference, but yeah, I mean, there are many of them. I don't have any preference, but yeah, look at all these MOOC courses.
Sir, can you hear me, sir?
Go ahead. You had a question?
Yeah, how can we use AI in article writing, sir?
In AI?
In article writing, for example, research article writing. Like that.
Yeah, I did mention, in fact, my whole talk was on that. So you can do it right from identification of a topic to helping you structure the research area, look for literature review, help you to give you the first draft, help you to create the introduction, conclusion, create a counter argument, help you to proofread, help you to check for plagiarism and whatnot. You can do all that. Yeah.
Sir, can you suggest some AI tools which is useful for this article?
I'm sorry, I'm not able to hear you.
Sir, can you suggest some AI tools which is helpful for this article writing?
ChatGPT to start with. Yeah, chat PDF. There are many of them. Like I sent you turbolearn.ai, right? So if you want to hear maybe hour-long lecture by some Harvard professor or all that, you can use turbolearn.ai. So there are many of them. I mean, once you start using them, you will start to get, I mean, every day I hear about a new tool, right? So keep on the lookout. Please keep searching on Google about newer tools. I think that way you will be able to get access to some of these tools. Okay. So, sir, if there is nothing else, I'll hand it back to you.
Sir, thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your informative speech. It's very interesting. Thank you so much, sir.
Sure. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I'm grateful for the time and the effort you dedicated in sharing your knowledge with us. I would like to call Subhastri B, our first MCA, to give an introduction speech of our next speaker of the day, Dr. Santosh Kumar Nanda.
A very warm welcome to all of you gathered here today. It gives me an immense pleasure and honor to introduce our esteemed chief guest for this occasion. Now, I would like to welcome Dr. Santosh Kumar Nanda, currently working as architect AI and ML in Wipro Limited, Bangalore, India. Dr. Santosh Nanda is a PhD holder AI Domain Engineering from NIT Rourkela. He is an eminent data scientist and AI researcher, strategist, and thought leader having more than 15 years of industry experience. He is an expert technical and corporate leader recognized for delivering scalable and distributed software systems, resolving complex, mission critical challenges, and managing varied stakeholders. His research interests are soft computing, machine learning, artificial intelligence, image processing, prediction methodologies, regression and statistics, mathematical modeling, deep learning, time series forecasting, natural language processing, and pattern recognition. He is a young research member of the World Federation of Soft Computing USA. He published 55 plus scholarly research articles in the area of machine learning and artificial intelligence in reputed SCI Index, Scopus-based international journals and conferences. We are privileged to have you here for our international conference, sir.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks a lot.
Sir, welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. V.Mohanasundaram, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, let me share my screen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Take your own time.
Please update me whether it is visible to all of you or not.
Sir, visible.
Yeah, thanks. So shall we start or we need to wait for some few minutes?
Yes, sir, we can start.
Okay, great. So first of all, I just want to express my sincere thanks to Dr. M. Karunanidhi, who is the chairman of Vivekananda Institute of Information and Management Studies, and Dr. B. Mohanasundaram, sir, director of Vivekananda Institute of Information and Management Studies. So first of all, in this session, I want to discuss on the topic of quantum artificial intelligence in transforming the metaverse. Generally, what happened, in industry aspect point of view, metaverse is a upcoming, emerging field of technology, where people are interacting with each other and discussing with each other. It's a kind of a next generation of social connection, but the terminology is not used, it's not old, it is fast coined in the friction book of called Snow Cross in 1992. But recently there are a lot of advancement is happening with Facebook Meta. So you generally know about that. Facebook recently changed its company name to Meta only because of they're looking for metaverse in future to more business in next generation of social connection. That means people are not connecting through each other in a kind of a textual kind of interaction, or general, the way people are using Facebook right now. In futuristic approach, people can interact with each other with their avatar, 3D avatar, and they can visualize, they can they can interact with each other, they can they can share their viewpoints, and more interactively, like more kind of live, under the rules and defined by the creator. The creator who designed that metaverse, under that rule, the the users, multiple users, they can interact with each other. Particularly, it can be fully or partially virtual. Generally, if it is fully virtual world, people are called as VR system, virtual reality system. And if it is partially, it's called as augmented reality in real world contents. So these are not so complex terminology for people. It generally it happening with her smartphones currently you are using. So augmented reality is there, AI related video. You can create your avatar. You can share that avatar to your friends, and the way you are appearing. Like suppose I'm using my specs, and if I generating my augmented reality based my my avatar, I can easily generate. So it will becomes with a 3D kind of rotational kind of x-axis, y-axis, z-axis, best positioning with my entire looks that way. So generally, in metaverse space, people are can collaborating their projects, playing games, and learning from experiencing or solving some problems. So suppose in future people are doing projects and they're staying in different locations and geographical that way, so they can interact with their avatars, with their platform. They can sharing their notes, they're sharing their ideas. Now it is happening, but it is somehow we are using a tool where you can passing, like for some more people are using projects, they are using the repository like Azure DevOps or Bitbucket, where they passing their codes and sharing their codes. So you need to log into the system, then you can getting that code, you can change that code, and you can share. But in metaverse, what happened, you can that's the same process can be you know um, easily executed in a well manner. So generally, these are the happening in industrial point of view. Recently there are a few, like metaverse is not is a kind of upcoming demand. Recently, some customers are looking for that business for like for sales related. Like someone wants to buy a car, and he may not wants to visit the sales or the shop. And that time they can use the metaverse, and they can well experience about the vehicle, what are the the items of the vehicle, and they can easily experience, even they can ride that vehicle in that environment. And they, as they're using their VR system, their head mounted system, and they can easily experience that riding experience. So that time without visiting that shop, you can the user can get the experience about that product. So nowadays it has enhancing the sales actually. Generally it is impacting the business in terms of marketing point of view. Now people are using digital transformation marketing, now they're using metaverse for their marketing related kind of that. So where is the use of AI here? So that is more important. So now we are discussing about what is metaverse and how virtual reality and augmented reality is a part of your metaverse. But how AI will be enhancing? See, AI is used for data related. Like your data may be a textual, maybe it is a numerical data or ordinal data, or any image or video or audio sports data. So AI can use at that side. Suppose someone using some headset, and that the camera is not that much of good, and there will be some issues on the visual output where the AI will be act as a backend, and that can improve the image quality, and that will be, increase your connection, ability. So that where, it is very important. Second is decision making. Like when you have multi user metaverse and you are interacting with each other, now that time, the way you are learning, interacting, or entertainment, your things like, so like for example, Second Life is a platform where multiple user using the VR system. So in that, the AI will be, making the decision making, like because, when a creator designing the metaverse, as per the rules, the user need to be, follow and behave in that kind of that. So that decision making system should be maintained by, clearly maintained by the AI. And you can use, rule based architecture there, expert system there, to betterment that rules in that. Moreover, decentralized technology like blockchain is required in when you are looking for multi-user metaverse, system, where finance, if is related, like somehow somewhere like in tourism based metaverse application, people are, if liking that place, they're asking some of, payment. So in that side, blockchain is very important to protect the user data particularly, and data security, and as well as the payment gateway, to reduce the fraud activities. So moreover, it's a very wide field of career for students. If they're looking for to make, they looking for their career in metaverse, they should, good in big data, they should good in coding, they should good in machine learning concepts, image processing, and they should good in, rule based architecture, blockchain. They can be a part of metaverse, and that is the future of, AI in this. So some application I need to share with you before I move for, better explanation. So generally, there are a lot of advancement is happening in Meta, and the CEO of Meta platform, Zuckerberg, labeled the head-mounted display (HMD) is called as Oculus as a social computing platform. So recently, they're designed, and you can, interact with your friends and your neighbors, your peers, whatever, you want to share. So that is the launch, and it is they call as social computing platform, which is the biggest achievement in metaverse right now. Generally, there is so many advancement happening in VR and IR, that is called as brain computing interface. So here the concept of quantum machine learning AI is coming, because the way we are, dealing with, right now, the brain computer interface not able to finding that sequential relationship in the binary data, because when you interact with neuron to neuron, the brain structure, that bit length will be very higher, like maybe in kilobyte kind of or megabyte kind of bit length. So that's why the interface right now available for brain computer. So hello. So that is right now not up to the mark. So in future, with quantum bit, like the classical bit is the binary bit, quantum bit is the 16 times higher of the classical bit. With quantum bit, the quantum, machine learning models or AI models can enhance that signal, processing, and that way more information will be collected in a faster way. So here, the use of, quantum machine learning, quantum AI. Generally, what happened in AI feel like, I'll tell you, like the recently Gen AI based, LLM based, models are, you people are using Chat GPT. The way it is behaving is fantastic. You can pass a prompt, the Chat GPT generate a poem or a essay for you. If you want to generate an image from a text, it can easily generate the images. So that is the advancement of AI right now. Similarly, Gen AI is can be a effective tool for metaverse, because the when we generating or when you creating a metaverse environment, there are a lot of things are required for, the 3D part. Like it, without 3D you cannot interact, you cannot, have that axis rotation in augmented reality. So that's why your generative AI will generate the 3D mesh from the 2D images, and that will be faster and easy way. And sometimes in metaverse, you need to, like, for example, the sales related, support system in metaverse. Are there the Gen AI can generate the the sales related contents, which is very faster way can be used in metaverse. So this is the some important points where AI and Gen AI and quantum AI can be a useful tool for metaverse. So with this, let me explain more better. This instrument is called as head-mounted display system. So you can put it in your head and you can visualize your virtual reality or augmented reality can be easily possible. And now some designs are coming like with microphone, so we can make communication with her peers with very crystal way. And AI is can be used at backend to do the noise cancellation, active noise cancellation, to reduce the noise in the signal. And better way you can identify the object, like in that, like if you want, like the if the users are want to identify some avatar or getting that information, that they can easily get it that information through AI as a backend. Let's discuss about uh, the journey of metaverse from 1991 to 2021. Generally, it happens when internet is generate like bath. So 1991 is the era of bath of internet. Then the metaverse comes in 1992. In I already explained that in that science fiction book is called as Noctas. And some similar kind of proof of concept is generated in 1993 on that metaverse. Then fast product is B Money 1998. 2000, 2002 it is the product is called as Digital Twins. And 2003 is called as Second Life. I already explained this is a online virtual world where people can do gaming and with interacting with people, interacting with their peers. 2006 creative games introduced. 2009 Bitcoin is introduced, is a part of blockchain, and it's a part of metaverse. Because in metaverse you need to because as user can come with any kind of avatar without identifying their identity. So that's why the blockchain is very essential to to secure the user data. So that's why this is the need of blockchain in metaverse, and it is introduced in 2009. And 2011 virtual reality is coming to the picture. And 2012 is non-fungible tokens are coming. That is particularly is a token for to make security for your digital contents. And 2014 the VR hardware that I already explained, that head mounted device Oculus is coming, that where you can use it and it get the experience of virtual reality. And 2015 the atom network is designed to make communication with your peers, like it's a peer-to-peer communication network. And it is introduced in 2015. And some product is called Decentraland 2015. Proposed. And Pokemon Go is 2016. It introduced on that 16. DAO is introduced in 2016. And Frontline is a multiplayer game social hub is introduced in 2017. Axis is 2018. And Microsoft Mesh is very it's a kind of a platform in a cloud platform where you can interact, you can design your avatars and make a network there to make your platform which is it's not a free of cost, it's a paid base, it's API, you can use it. And last Meta platform, they're right now they're changing their name to Meta, to looking for more business in metaverse, which is a social network based communication platform. See, the way we are, interacting in metaverse environment, generally, the idea is like you need to get the experience without, going to that particular area to get the experience. For example, right now there are a lot of applications that are happening in healthcare, as well as in teaching or in training industry. Students can getting that training. Suppose someone wants to upskill their in some particular field, they can easily interact with other peers. So these four is very important: graph, touch, graph, manipulate, and operate. These are the most actionable items in metaverse, that you can feel, you can get it. Suppose you are a avatar, suppose you need to wants to open a door of a vehicle, so you can grab it. Then you need to see that what are the features of that vehicle, so you need to manipulate it. And then if you want to book that vehicle, or suppose you like any car you interested, so you can buy that car and you need to operate. You can pay that paycheck to the seller. So these are the important key points in metaverse environment. The more important is augmented reality. I will explain what exactly happening. There are three type of virtual environment is there. One is virtual reality, one is augmented reality, one is mixed reality. So virtual reality means you have wider window. You can rotate your head by putting the headset, and you can go for a 360-degree view of the world, and you can easily get that. Suppose some object you identify, you can also making its 3D transformation in that. In augmented reality, you need to go for centered, you have a, you need to go like, if you have a rectangle shape, you need to focus on the centered kind of positioning. But in mixed reality, you can either you go for centered positioning, or either you go for 360-degree positioning. So generally mixed reality is a very complex terminology in metaverse, and it is very expensive also. But virtual reality and augmented reality, you can use that hardware cost is less, it's little bit lesser. So when you creating your metaverse environment, suppose if you want to make a metaverse environment for your university to interact with each other, and to make a departmental based training session for them, for the students, so you can go with virtual reality. Gives you a better experience. Generally, right now, I already tell you like how Gen AI LLM best helping the user to get it. Suppose, for example, one user is 5 6 user are they are interacting in a meta environment, and they want to make a project, and they busy in their programming code, and someone using Gen AI, and asking the question what are the requirement is there. So in that environment, you can easily get it the code, you can easily get it that contents, make easy communication way. So these are the aspects of AI in metaverse. Generally, when financial constraints are there and transaction happening, and somehow user wants to protect its content, digital content, definitely we need to go for blockchain in metaverse. So let's discuss about the characteristics of metaverse. What exactly we need to do when we're designing the metaverse environment. So we have users, we already understand that, and we need the hardware like the VR, virtual reality, like the human that the head mounted display, or the augmented reality. Then you need to have users those have the hardwares, make the communication. You can see that the communication is a peer-to-peer communication network, and you need a software virtual platform where you can use the Microsoft Mesh or Meta platform here, or there are some open source software virtual platform is there, like there is a there's Second Life you can use here. Virtual platform network is like the way it will be internet IoT is a network, and peer-to-peer communication is a network here. And then this is the more important the crucial part of the metaverse, for that to designing the avatar. So here AI also impacting, because using AI someone can transform from 2D image to 3D image, and making it all our motion based items, and make a avatar for it. Then you need to sub up some metaverse item, like for example, for a particular avatar you need to define its identity, it need to define its age, it defines its demographic criteria, like other related information that belonging to sub metaverse. And the content should be like, what are the like content, should not be any visual content should be there, and should be riskless content should be there. So that is the last layer. So generally these are the important layers we need to follow to design a metaverse. For particularly, if you're looking for the architecture point of view, AI is required to make the decision making, and where in virtual life you have decentralized, you have persistent, you have shared. Shared means social connections. Persistent means the culture, like the in university, you have a dress code, right? You should not comes with any kind of dress to come to your university. So that's culture actually. So it's called persistent. So persistent is very important parameter of metaverse. The users, the creators should create a rule for that. Decentralized means the economic and the logical thinking actually. So the economical point of view or logical point of view, that's called a decentralized rules. Shared means social connection. What kind of social connection you need to be preferable, acceptable. So that AI is helping to making the rules for the creator. And that's why metaverse is kind of a emerging field, upcoming field in industry point of view. And there are 7 layers in metaverse platform. One is infrastructure, human interface, decentralization, spatial computing, creator economy, discovery and experience. So I'm explaining what the the layers. Infrastructure means you need networks, you need cloud, you need central processor, CPUs, GPUs, put to designing your environment or your platform. Human interface, like how human will be interacting with the environment or interacting with that platform through the infrastructure, like mobile, smartwatch, smart glasses, head mounted display, guest voice and electro bundle. Decentralized is like edge computing, like for to to making the rules for particularly that and like it's a kind of a society, like social platform, like where people are coming and interacting and posting regarding any kind of suppose someone is in social network, anyone have posting any kind of post, but that should be acceptable by a group. So that should be kind be a filter by using AI agents like reinforcement learning, blockchain, that can we can make a filter to reduce that issues. A special computing like 3D engines in a virtual reality, augmented reality, okay, and multitasking. Creator economy is like workflow, how the workflow is there, how the business contents is that, and how creator is getting the financial benefit from that kind of interaction. Like for example, if you make a online like metaverse based uh, uh, healthcare related project, like how the hospital get benefit and how the that business content will be highlight. So that is called as creator economy. So discovery is like the way you can virtual stores, like I said, that how your sales marketing like point of view, how you can correlated the sales with with metaverse platform. So that comes in discovery. Like experience like the domain where metaverse can be used, like shopping, esports, social learning and working. So these are the important layers of metaverse platform where we can use AI or blockchain to improve the capability of metaverse platform. Any question still for? Hello. Hello, I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Any questions still for any question from audience? If not, then I'm so generally what happened, this is the complex architecture of industrial metaverse, like how someone can use for like for smart city, like okay, or industrial manufacturing or traffic or energy, like these are like when we apply metaverse for industry specific, we need to follow some layers, like from the 7 layers, but some very important layer we need to focus on that side. One is your basic layer is your data resources, like when you're creating your avatar, what are the like its information, like in a database you need a database, very huge database, so it comes under it comes under big data kind of that, okay, and huge data set is there. So generally you need to dependent on the non-SQL database like Cosmos or Cassandra database, like big data you need to use it. And then hardware facility like CPU, GPU, or the virtual augment like reality, you need to make that hardware facilities. In technical layer, like you need to define the virtual engine, AI, IoT, intelligent interaction, blockchain. That are technical layer. You need to design that layer. And in capability layer, like there are some methods are called as multidimensional modeling, virtual and real interaction modeling, big data visualization. Like I already told that if there will be number of users are very big, then you need to depend upon on big data, and big data visualization is very important, and that's comes under capability layer. Then simulation deduction, like if there will be some memory issue is happening, so you need to reduce the memory, that is comes under simulation deduction. Entity mapping means peer-to-peer communication, that what entity you need to mapping, or you need to go with entire entity, or you need to go with some partial entity. That mapping is very important. Like for example, I'm giving you like when you pass a prompt in chat gpt to design to get an image, or to make a image from this test, like you pass a prompt, right? And then what are the entities there, what are the like key vectors are there, that need to be extracted from the natural language processing, and that entity will be mapping with the particular the availability entity. So if you ask if you pass a text like make a apple image, so the apple is the keyword, that's the entity, you need to be matching with that available entity, then it matching by the similarity index, and it will generate the apple image. That's called as entity mapping. And then the application layer, which is where in which field you need to apply. So if you apply for a city management, that governs rules, all are the governance rules, all are the data security rules, all are the pipeline rules need to be followed in that application layer. And a terminal layers means enterprise users, either it is it's 1,000 people, or how many number of users are use this application. And if either it is a government agency users, or either it's a mass consumer users, that is in terminal layer. So basically you need to follow basic layer where data is there, technical layer where you need to define the AI and IoT on blockchain, capability layer where you need to reduce the computational complexity, then application layer following the governance rules and like that, and the terminal layer where you need to deploy your model, how many users are need to use that application. So this layer is very essential for this. Quickly, I just come to the need of AI here. Uh, basically, what happens? I believe all of you know about AI. Should not be, explaining in a detailed way. But I just want to tell you, like the three major component of AI is sensing, comprehended, and act. Like how the sensor are getting the information, how the how your brain is taking that input and comprehended, and how it will be acting. So generally when you are discussing on the sensing point of view, like VR, virtual reality, or augmented reality. Generally, what happened, the computer vision, right? So it's a like you need to go with a camera, like, and camera, there is a camera angle is there, and there will be images coming, like whether it's a 2D image, or there is a binary image, or there is a grayscale image, or it's a color image, or a 3D image. Generally, color image is a three axis: red, green, blue, RGB colors. When you look for the 3D, it should have another axis, Z axis, and this way the computer vision is very much essential, be a part of when you are dealing with metaverse. Then audio processing, like you were listening something, or the language, like suppose someone is wants to interact with the other users in metaverse in a different language. Suppose someone is looking for Hindi, or Malayalam, or Kannada, or Tamil, or like that, multiple languages. So that should be a communication backend, and that will be like for the sensors, the microphone takes that signal, that's the sensing device, and storing somewhere else, that is the data layer, the basic layer I'm talking about, and store the the recorded voice or voice, and processing, now helping of the, like here the section comprehended, the natural language processing, that understand the speech, converting the speech to text. Right here you can use GenAI LLM, large language model, to make it to conversion of any language to any other language, right? And the knowledge representation, what are the knowledge is there. So every model has some knowledge, right? When it trained with a large number of data set, it has some knowledge. Like for example, when you are a particular domain, when you are doing MBA or MCA, you have a with respect to your time, you have you read lot of subjects, and after that you are a master of some one subject, that called as the knowledge associated with that learning, right? And how you are getting the knowledge, like you read the subject and acquire the knowledge, now you are appear in the examination, you then you go for a test, whether you pass or failed. So that will be decided by the decision maker. Here the decision maker is your teacher who evaluate your performance. Okay, and suppose your performance is very good, then he said that, oh, your performance is very good, next time you need to improve this way. If your performance is very bad, then there is a feedback, so you are weak in this side, this side, this side, please do that feedback. Again come back to the system, again come back to yourself, and you need to exercise yourself, and involved more in that subject, getting good mark in that subject, right? That called as reinforcement learning, right? With the feedback, with the like, if you give a time and maximum time, and getting more knowledge in that, then you will pass in that subject, that called as reward. Like good mark, good reward, less mark, bad reward, and if you are failed, there is a penalty, like you need to be stay in that subject for that year. So that is the comprehended section of your human brain. Okay, this way AI will be designed. And acting means that like how you will classify that one, like machine learning or expert system, like expert system in rule based architecture. So like for example, if you are using a automated washing machine, like you put your that clothes, and you know that how much weight of that material, and then you add some amount of detergent in 1 gram, 2 gram, 10 gram detergent, and you add some water. Now the expert system, like fuzzy logic system, or adaptive network fuzzy information system, or any like rough set, these are all our expert system that behave using a rule set. Like you said that if this much of weight of the material, this much of gram of the detergent, this much of amount of water, my motor speed should be this much of RPM. So you make some rules and make a bunch of rules, and with that input, the sensor input, the expert systems generate that output. That's called as action. And in robotic system, you sensing, you comprehended, and you act. The acting is like you give a order to a robot that pick up a glass of water, Like when you pass this sentence, your natural language processing tokenize this sentence, understanding this word, then making the embedding from that word, and make the similarity with the available knowledge, and passing that information to the actuation. Actuation means your hand, your legs, your the way the actuators are available in the robotic system. So that will be handled by a decision support system. Either you are using machine learning for the decision support system, or either you are using expert system for the decision support system. This way you can design. So the most important component of AI is sensing, comprehended, and act. So I hope I explained all of the things in a better way. So with this, let's understand that how AI will be helping in business. Generally, these are my domains where I already worked. So I already worked in banking, e-commerce, government, manufacturing, entertainment media, mining, construction, robotics, logistics, transport, e-learning, sports, healthcare, as well as telecom. So these are the domains I already worked, and this way we do our business. And generally, recently we complete some of GenAI based large language model based question answering system for telecom domain, healthcare domain. Like there are a lot of documents is there. You need to get the answer if you have a question, a particular question for a particular particular section in healthcare, because healthcare is very big and data and reports are so many. So generally it takes time for a doctor to get the answer. So in using GenAI and LLM method, that process is very faster and very less time consuming. So that we already complete so many projects in that domain. So let's comes to the major area where AI is helping metaverse. One is your neural interface. Like I already explained, that brain computer interface, that where we use head mounted display, and that signaling system from a brain with some sensors, and that analyzes your mental states, like how the mental is, like whether you are a very good decision maker or not. That type of rules are there. So with neural interface, that is happening. NLP is like large language modeling, war prediction, text to speech processing, semantic labeling. Like these are the points where like when users are communicating with each other, like someone from other language here, like Chinese, and someone is in English speaking person. So that natural language processing is helping for converting Chinese to English, kind of that. And semantic labeling means it should suppose there will be a picture inside it. So what are the information in that picture? So that will be converting from neural interface to NLP side. Like when you have the idea that, so this is a picture, and there is some, like for example, there's a scenery and we have a number of trees and something is there. So you need what are the objects is there in that. So using the computer vision and neural interface NLP, so you can do the semantic labeling on that. So that will be helping for the user to get more information about that particular image or particular video. Similarly, machine vision, I already told you that object detection, segmentation, image restoration, enhancement, pose estimation, action recognition, all are best for the machine vision. Like computer vision, object detection, I will explain what exactly are there. Networking, like low latency communication, like where you when you are applying peer-to-peer communication network. So network optimization is required. Your network should be free. The data driven should be faster in that. So networking is very important parameter for metaverse, because a large number of node means you need to make the gateway in that way, so that the communication should be faster. I, then blockchain is like data collection, sharing, data storage and management, data security and privacy. So blockchain is very important tool for your metaverse environment. And the last one is digital twin, is for monitoring the machine learning models. So AI models is applied to metaverse. Then like I said, the data driven model, like when you have large enough data, and suppose for example someone is passing some comments which is not acceptable, so there is the creator or there is some evaluator is there who have the knowledge that which content is good, which content is bad. Then there is a feedback mechanism. Okay, and he said that no, this content is not good, it's bad. Then he labeled that one. So like for example, zero is bad content, one is good content, so he make the label zero. Now it will come back to the model with a reward, like it's a penalty with a reinforcement learning based policy gradient based approach. It will be back to the system and modify that rule, modify that policy, and this way the system understand that, oh, this is the content is bad content. So next time user also get aware about that, I should pass this comment like this way, because I already get the penalty. So penalty may be reducing your points, reducing some there will be some financial losses. The kind of penalty can be a part of metaverse environment. So this way you can manage the social content it there. So these are the six layers is very important. One is neural interface, one is NLP, machine vision, blockchain, networking, and digital twin. uh, so before come to the quantum part, let me highlight some basic concept of machine learning and deep learning, because it's important steps of AI. See, in machine learning, what we generally did, actually, we capture the data. Then you do, compute the feature extraction process, like whatever the mean, median, percentile of that particular data, or the content of the data, actually, that's called as feature extraction. And then we label that features, whether it's a, like for example, whether it's a car or it's a truck, like that. We need to make the class of that, the particular features, and then model can understand the patterns. After some times, when a new input comes to the model, so the feature extraction layer extract the features, and the classification layer understand that which class is belonging to. Generally what happen with this process, machine learning takes very long time to acquire the knowledge from that training data. In deep learning, the feature extraction and classification is a part of the system. In machine learning, it was distributed, but in deep learning, it was combined. So in that architecture, like the architecture like VGGNet or ResNet or RetinaNet or CapsuleNet or AlexaNet, all are the the deep learning architecture, or GAN, generative adversarial network. So add in that architecture, feature extraction and classification both are the part of that system. So you may not worried about that. We need to make a feature extraction layer first, then do the classification layer, then do the output layer. In deep learning, you need to define your input, then deep learning architecture, and you will get the output that way. So after uh, but obviously deep learning takes more time to converge means settle down the error, actually. And it little bit take time compared to machine learning to converge. But after the training process is over, when get the inference part of that deep learning model, then whatever the input you are passing, it it very within a few minutes or few seconds, the deep learning model can generate the label or generate the output. That is the advance of deep learning. So for object detection, kind of that, like we are using generally coco dataset, which is a predefined dataset. It is the entity of Microsoft, and there it is free of cost, and there around 80 number of classes are defined, like the person, dog, cow, elephant, all our objects are already defined in coco database. So if you want to make a deep learning based application, object detection based application, you need to take the coco dataset, and in whatever the images you have, you do the annotation, means human leveling, and using that coco dataset, you develop your deep learning model. And when a new image comes to the model can understand what exactly the object is. For example, this image is a person with a dog, and if I pass this image to my deep learning model I use for this max RNN model, and I use ResNet 151 model. The model understand because it trained with the Coco dataset. There is 80 number of classes is there where person similar like it model understand which patterns are belonging to person, which patterns are belonging to dog, as dog is there already in that Coco dataset. So after training, when model trained, when I pass a new image like this, model can understand that, oh, this is the person and this is the dog. Similarly, uh, whatever the like the fruits, apple is there, tomato is there, like including food, they have some category in Coco dataset, so it easily detecting the images. But sometimes false detections are also happening. For example, this big cat like this lion and tigers are not included in that classes in Coco dataset. That's why when I pass these images, it found, because as already it's a big cat classes, right? So it somehow it found that, oh, it's a cat, or sometimes it's found that, okay, it's is matching with dogs, but it is a false detection. So because that this class this big cat classes are not included in the Coco data sets, so generally it happening. So we need to, when you designing the deep learning model, we need to careful about the annotation. We need, like, if this class is not there in Coco data set, we need to make our annotation. We need to labeling this annotation. I mean, define this is lion, or like that. We define the class. Again, we need to pass this training data set to the model, train the model, build the inference, and then the model understand, and it will comes with the output like it's a lion or it's a tiger, like this. So this is all about the AI and deep learning, machine learning. But now I'm coming to the section of quantum. So what happening when we are discussing about the classical machine learning algorithm, like the way we were discussing, like it deals with the binary data set. Generally what happen when you have a image is nothing but it's a kind of a hexadecimal data. Like if it is a binary image, what will be the is input in nature, it's 0 to 10 bit, like that. If it is grayscale, it is 0 to 256 bit, like in that number. But if it is a color image, some hexadecimal values are there. So it is generally, when you're talking about the images, when you're talking about the data, all are like images, all are sparse data, generally comes with a tensor. But if you look for the tabular data set like your SQL or CSV file or Excel file, when you put your data, some data is ordinal. Ordinal data means your roll number, your telephone number, like that. Ordinal data. Continuous data means your numerical value. Sometimes your category values are there, like some are 0 and 1, like this is category data. Whatever may be, the in classical machine learning, generally we deal with the binary data operation. So for example, in classical machine learning, suppose someone is making a project for fraudulent activity, to detecting the fraudulent activity in financial transaction. So in that way, machine learning model somehow, if it is big data, sometimes it's difficult to finding the patterns, which is a fraudulent activity in the transaction data, which is not have a issue in quantum. Quantum generally based on the principle with superposition, entanglement, and tunneling. I'm giving one example of entanglement. You can easily correlated how quantum is changing the future. It's not. It's in the experimental stage. I will, if one day, Professor Dr. Mohanasundaram, if you allow me, I will take another session in a workshop for quantum machine learning. But let me give you an example of entanglement. Okay. For example, you order two items from Zomato or Swiggy. Like one pack, you order two items like bada and dosa. It comes with two packet, and one packet you open it. Like you when you open one packet, you found that, oh, it's bada. So automatically within a fraction of second, you understand this next packet is dosa without opening that packet, because you initially know the information about the I ordered two items and it comes with one packet, but it comes with two packet. Okay. and you open one packet and you got one item. As you have prior information in your mind, immediately within a fraction of second you got the information about the next packet. That is the very very important parameter of entanglement concept in quantum, which is not happening in in classical computing. So for classical computing, if you want to find out the fraudulent activities in credit card detection or last transaction detection, there should be a link, there should be the connection, root wise connection, or you can say that node to node connection. You need to go, you need to open every packet, and it takes very very time consuming. So that's why AI is good, machine learning is good, classical machine learning helping lot of way of in business. But sometimes some particular example like fraudulent activities, it takes time to finding the culprit. So here the issue is that, but in quantum you immediately get within a fraction of second we can identify which person, which the make that fraudulent activity in that account. So we get all the information within a fraction of second by opening one packet. We can easily get it, all the information of all the, not only the second packet, all the packets, with the concept of entanglement, okay, and tunneling, superposition. So what happened in quantum machine learning? Generally, we are in classical machine learning. We are generally deal with classical bit, which is a part of 0 1. Whether it is a data, whether it's an image, whether it's a audio, whatever the data is there, it generally comes with binary bit because your central processing unit, your embedding should be converted to binary data. Okay, and if it is a large number of content, like large number of images, generally in classical bit, it takes more time to processing because due to the binary bit. But in like right now we are in very advanced stage. As per there is a rule of Morse law, you may know that it generally use that how much computing power we need in next 10 years. There is a calculation happening. We are far away, right? We are in a very 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 advanced stage right now. We are right now using very LED display, and now it is your screen size is reduced, very thin layer, thin film based your display is coming. Computing power also happening. Recently Nvidia is launched a very advanced computer with the size of a kind of a cube, world almost advanced computers, Nvidia design. So nowadays we are moving very faster in computing field, where our data also very big, like the data rate in 5G network, which is very faster than 6G. So when we are moving in that way, and we are 8K images are we are dealing right now, in future 16K, the resolution will be very higher. So for example, if we implemented metaverse application, implementing blockchain application, implementing that application which is not possible to design with very advanced data, that's why we need any computing device which is very faster. So we have a quantum computer right now, 2 3 big organization, they are working on that side. Google is have quantum, even IBM have his quantum computer. IBM also launched a cloud in quantum, it's called as qskit. uh, it is not possible to explain everything in this session, but one day I will explain how you can design your quantum based application using IBM cloud. So here what happened in quantum machine learning, quantum AI generally will deal with the qubit actually. So qubit is a combination of binary bit. So where the it is 16 times faster than the classical bit with respect with the concept of vertical polarization and horizontal polarization. That the 0 and 1, which is the plus and minus, which is the vertical polarization and horizontal polarization. With this concept, it is 2 to power h possible permutation for all, and it will be 16 times faster than the classical bit. That's why we're using quantum computing in a, like, where you have large number of data and need to go with end-to-end analysis. Then quantum computer is fantastic, advanced in AI machine learning. So generally right now it's in pilot stage. It's not public, it's not commercialized right now. So in quantum computer, it has application cryptography, aviation. Aviation. The positioning, global positioning, or that is very important. The geospatial coordinating system is very important parameter. So quantum computing is reducing that issues, that hurdles. Then data analysis, forecasting, pattern matching, medical research, and self-driving car. So there, quantum computing is right now it's in pilot stage, but it's effectively handle that all our issues that classical computing not highlighting. I already explained about the fraudulent activities in self-driving car. The accuracy when you stopping the car, that should be like you should save the life in when you are developing self-driving car. So that the decision sometimes due to the patterns relationship, the classical computing takes time. That in that particular time, maybe the car hits the life, and we may lost the life means anyone, like a human or maybe an animal, but life, we need to protect the life. So for that, quantum computing is very essential, reducing that computing time within a fraction of a second. The vehicle understand that there is a life that need to stop the vehicle with the very high probability distribution factor. So I already explained now how the quantum machine learning is working. Generally, quantum machine learning working with quantum data and qubit data, which is very faster way, and with the combination of classical machine learning and quantum machine learning, we can easily reduce the computing time. Generally, face recognition. So if you develop a classical machine learning for a security purpose, for face recognition, if it takes more time to detecting the face, there is no use of this application in anywhere. So in that case, combination of classical machine learning and quantum machine learning, it reducing the computing time within a very fraction of second. The model, the system can understand or detecting the face. Okay, this way we increase the capability, and increase the security also. Generally, there are a lot of algorithms are there in quantum machine learning or quantum AI. Quantum Bayesian network, quantum principal component analysis, quantum genetic algorithm, quantum neural network, quantum k-mean clustering, quantum random access memory. So it's a part of where, like, it already available in classical machine learning algorithm. All are the classical machine learning algorithm, but when you are using quantum qubit concept and superposition and that concept, positional virtualization concept, that use the quantum terminology here. So these are the algorithms available in quantum AI and quantum machine learning. In GenAI, what we do, like, we have unimodal GenAI model. One is multimodal. Generally, the GPT, generative pre-trained transformers, is a unimodal model, and where multimodal, like LMOD and your bot is multimodal bidirectional models. So where you can give an instruction by using a prompt. The pre-trained model can understand what is the prompt by using a natural language processing as a backend. It can decode and generate the instruction. So this way, generative AI is helping to generate the output. If you pass a text, you can get an image. Like, there are some concept is there. One is zero shot prompting, one is few shot prompting, is a part of your transformer model or large language model. So zero shot prompting means without information, like you ask that what is the capital of Tamil Nadu, so model can generate the output. And if you want to generate your student performance report of your department, uh, like, you need to give an example previous report. Like, suppose if you reduce that annual report of department, so you need to pass the previous annual report. That model can understand that report and generate the similar report for the next year, which is a part of FewSoft prompting actually. So there we control the bias, increase the robustness, reliability, and toxicity. We minimize the toxicity. So this is the part of large language model actually. So this way we can use the Gen AI. Already I told you that brain computing interface is a very important processing unit of Gen AI based metaverse. So generally what happen, we are dealing with auditory visual auditory voice interaction, and virtual and reality will be part of that one. So the language is very important parameter, and understanding and the conversion of speech to text, that is very another important parameter. And third is your feedback, like the way it is generating the output, whether it is a good content or bad content. And to reduce the toxicity in that contents, that is very important, that will be reduced by the reinforcement human feedback loop, RHFL, is a part of GPT, generative patent transformer. um, I'm coming with one application recently in South Korea, Seoul National University, Mandak Hospital, South Korea. It's I'm taking it from a recent publication. So here, they successfully applied metaverse with AI, and where they conducting the complex surgical activity. The way the users, the patients relatives, and the doctors have communicate each other. Some specialist in that area, in from different organization, like someone is staying in US, someone staying in India, they can merge together. They have the avatar, they are interacting with the avatars of their that hospital management and hospital doctors. So this is a very fantastic practical application happening right now, which is very good. And that is this application is in healthcare, which is in R&D stage. Is in R&D stage, is not commercialized right now, but this is a kind of a kind of trigger for us, for industrial point of view. So this is one advanced application already recorded, already published. And one study is happening in recently in Mumbai, the person, the surgeon is comes with head mounted display, and getting that augmented reality sensing and cameras. And someone is from London, someone is from Mumbai. They join together in that particular activities, surgical activity. And with that, they conclude the surgical activity, and which is one of the practical application in virtual world. So this I you can go through this link, and you can get it like all the details. So it is the case study from Mumbai, the avatar, during Professor Safi Ahmad case. Like this is the like Professor Safi Ahmad using that virtual world and taking the help from London. So someone is from expert from London, and they conducting that surgical activity with that like where AI is very important stage here. So the so whenever you interact with the medical imaging, which generally is a black and white. So I already completed 5 6 healthcare project, which is very important. Like here, the images, actually there is no color images available in medical imaging. That is very there is sometimes the color is very narrow. We cannot like I asked so many doctors that why they need the picture in black and white. They said that it's prominent, we need to see that what exactly the points, or like any cell, any growing cells, to identify growing cells. That's binary images gives us clarity, not the color. So so that way, like when you get the binary images, sometimes is comes with some extra dots, that need to be like if there will be noise, it comes black in color. So sometimes it creating a hallucination for the doctors to understand. So that way we need to use AI in the backend to filter the output image. Is called as image enhancement. Similarly, some other applications in education, recently it is in pilot stage. That's a call as Robolax is a kind of a platform where a student can interact with each other, and getting interacting with each other and discussing their doubts in a virtual environment. They have the avatar, they have the the like they can increase their connectivity. Similarly, tourism through here. So it's a kind of impacting the business in tourism right now. Without visiting that place, with virtual reality, someone can get the details about that sites and making a good interaction. And similarly in healthcare. So this all about it. Thanks all of you. Is there any question? Please ask me. Over to you, Dr. Any question, please, from the audience?
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
I have a question that I strongly believe that the mindful thinking of students is prohibited because of ChatGPT. How come this applied in future, sir?
Can you give me any specific example? See,
Yes, sir.
ChatGPT. I'm giving you some insight. You can correlate it with your question. Like in ChatGPT, generally, Chat is associated with GPT. GPT is a transformer model. So whatever the, like, if you ask some fundamental questions, like which is a part of, like uh, like public domain data. For example, what is the capital of India? It's a public domain data. So generally, when GPT is trained, like the OpenAI, they take all of the public domain data. Public domain data means Wikipedia, YouTube, the other social platform data. So they take it and make the model. Now, if you want to develop a chat GPT for your department, for MBA, like your department, and you need to interact with your friends in a particular subject which is not a part of your a public data, then you need to work for the prompts. So you need to access, you need to give a accurate prompt, or you need to give instruction to your prompt that this is my example, I need answer on that. So this way you can improve the GPT. Okay, for example, some banking banking domain, people are generating the tax related document. So every time, many people are gathered together, and they doing the exercise on that side, tax related document, and it's a very time consuming tax. So now you give the previous input of that tax, this way the tax report, and you pass that to the prompt. You need to define the prompt and ask your model, or the GPT model, that generate a tax report similarly. So it can generate the tax in that way by taking the some tax related input, but it's saving time. Now it reduces the human involvement. So not only it's a threat to employability in future, but of course every industry is looking for faster and easier and less human involvement. So that was the output of GPT, definitely. Any question?
No, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Again, I really give my thanks to Dr. Mohanasundaram sir for giving this opportunity. Sir, in future, I believe that people are in, like, if your student need to exposure to quantum AI, there is a, like, there's a workshop is required, like how we can design that, how we do the coding, like these are the things actually, and that will need a particular session. So I just covered the idea today's session, that how
Okay,
it will
sir.
be impacting the business. Definitely. Thanks
So
to
definitely
you,
we
sir.
can give one more chance to you. You can talk to the students, sir.
Thank you very much.
Saturday or Sunday,
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, sure.
Whenever the time is convenient for you, we can arrange, sir.
Sure.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you
Thank
for
you. Thanks a
your
lot. Thank you.
informative speech, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. That was truly an impressive presentation.
Thank you.
The morning session was truly enlightening. Thank you all the speakers and participants. Let's get connected again virtually at 1:45 after the lunch. Thank you everyone.